Hi everybody, I'm Teresa Perrin, and today I want to talk to you about DBGI. I've been getting some requests from people to discuss this stock. I just want to let you know, guys, that I do not personally have a position in this stock, and I don't know if I'll be taking one based on the research that I have done today. I do see an opportunity where it could potentially run. However, I do see a lot of red flags that I want to caution you on today, especially if you do have a position in this stock. So please remember, nothing I say is financial advice, and always do your own DD. Guys, the opportunity I see is very similar to AVCT when it started having its run prior to its reverse split. Now, will that happen? It's very hard to say. However, it's very possible. Do you want to hold this into a reverse split? That is where I'm going to caution you, because there's a couple of red flags with this company. And I do believe that dilution will absolutely happen. That being said, let's get started and let me show you where I'm gathering this from. Okay, guys, currently the float is at 49.96 million. They're going to be doing a 1 for 100 reverse stock split. So for every 100 shares that you own, you will get 1 share after the split. Now, that being said, it will bring their float down to under 500,000, their free float under 500,000 shares, and their total float to 536,000 shares, which is so very small, right? Great opportunity. But here's the number one problem. Look at what their market cap is. It's only 4.13 million. And right now they are not in NASDAQ compliance for two things. Number one, the share price. And number two, the market cap is under the required 35 million. Guys, obviously, by doing a reverse split, that is not going to change the market cap size. So what do you think will follow? Well, in my honest opinion, they're not going to have a choice. They are going to have to do an offering to increase the size of their float to be big enough to get their market cap into compliance. Will it happen right away? I don't know, guys. I haven't dug deeply on this because I saw enough red flags to know that if I were to take a position in this stock, it would solely be to day trade it. Right now, it's getting a lot of attention. Currently, the average volume has been 8.65 million, and today it was 33.27 million. So guys, that's approximately 4 times the normal volume, right? So it's definitely getting an influx to its normal trading volume. Now, the 52-week low is 6.5 cents, and the 52-week high is essentially 10 times that at $6.64. So again, there could be an opportunity here for a day trade. Short term, Webull tells us technically it's giving off 4 bullish and 2 bearish signals, excuse me. So 4 bullish, 2 bearish, and currently it's giving off a short-term weak bullish signal. Guys, here's some of the caution. So if you go to the NASDAQ, I want to show you how to do this for yourself, which is why I decided to do this video. If you go to the NASDAQ and you put in the ticker DBGI under the SEC filings, see this little thing I have circled? There's a blue arrow with my red circle around it because my pointer's not working, although I am going to try to fix that this weekend because somebody sent me a link on how to do it. I just have to have patience, and I don't have that after trading. But anyways, there is a little red dot in the number 2. If you open that, here's what you get. And this shows us that they're non-compliant with NASDAQ requirements and the stock split 11/4/22. So if you were to click on that, you would see that, did I take a screenshot of it? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. I apologize, I didn't. But you would see that they're out of compliance with their, oh, I did. I thought so. All right, with their market value of listed securities and the bid price. So now the reverse stock split will fix the bid price, right? Because if they're currently trading at 8 cents right now, it'll change that to $8. So check minimum bid price. After they maintain that for at least 10 days, that will be met. But they were issued, or they have until 1/19 of 2022. That must have been when the initial notice had gone out, because if you notice, the bid price was $531.22. So they have until 1/19 of 2023, because they must have filed an extension to get the market value of listed securities above 35 million. Now, here's the announcement, just so you can see I'm not making this up, and I'll go over the date with you. So on October 13th, 2022, DBGI announced a 1-for-100 reverse stock split that will be effective November 4th, 2022. So guys, November 3rd, that night, after market close, they will convert your shares. When you wake up on November 4th, if you are still holding the stock at that time, you will notice that you no longer, let's say you own 100 shares, you will only own 1 share, okay? Because of the 1-to-100 reverse stock split. But you'll also notice that technically nothing changes, right? Because it goes from, 8 cents times 100 would be $8. Or, if you have 1 share and it's $8, it's the same thing. Their market cap's the same, your share's the same. But let me tell you how this generally works. Now, we have been seeing with these smaller floats some very strange events where these stocks run wild, because these heavily shorted positions, which I'm going to assume based on the price that DBGI most likely is. And again, I haven't looked fully into details of this, but my guess is it's likely, right? It didn't get that price because, everyone just decided to sell it. So chances are it's heavily shorted, and there could be a run up prior, which is the opportunity I'm thinking. Like, remember how ABCT went from 20 cents to 45 cents twice before it actually had the reverse stock split? So an opportunity like that might present itself, and we could possibly make some money that way. However, there's another thing that's been happening too with some of these stocks that have these reverse splits, that the next day after that split, they end up having a big run. Or sometimes it may initially dip down and then have a big run, which is why I'm not really keen on thinking that I want to hold this right now with the current market conditions or anything like this. I would consider this a day trade. And you know what? Guys, if it's in after hours the night before on the 3rd that it starts running, you may have an opportunity then. If this is, something, it's up to you whether you want to hold it. I'm not trying to sway you one way or another. Again, I don't hold a position. But again, you need to be cautious, because a lot of these reverse splits lately are back to doing what they used to do in the past. So I don't know if that bullish little trend we were having is over with the reverse splits, or what's going on, but I haven't seen it. There's a lot of reverse splits lately that have resulted in the same things that normally happen. They get shorted to crap again, and end up doing an offering, which shorts it even more. And guys, they're not going to have a choice, because their market cap's out of compliance. They're going to have to do an offering. Now, there's something else that I saw while I was digging on the reverse split, and that's that, and you guys probably know this if you're involved in it, but they finalized a new agreement for 20 million revenue Sundry acquisition, which is scheduled to close in November. So apparently they're acquiring this Sundry company, and they believe that the transaction will close in November. Sundry generated 22.8 million in revenue in 2021. The acquisition is expected to be accretive to the EBITDA immediately upon completion. So guys, the fact that this will be credited to the EBITDA may actually help them with that minimum bid listing requirement, because there's some other alternatives that they could have as far as sales go that would put them in compliance even if they don't have that market cap. So that's something you can look into. I'm sorry, I am maxed out with the amount of things I'm dealing with, and since I'm not personally in this stock and don't have an invested stake, I don't really feel like doing a lot of work to it. I just want to bring to your attention things that you may want to look upon. All right. If that's the case, then this might help them to become NASDAQ compliant, and could potentially prevent them from having to do an offering. However, I'm not sure. So again, that's just a thought that went into my head that I think you should look at if you're serious about this company and holding this stock through a transition. And I'm not trying to stir up FUD or anything like that. I'm just trying to let you guys know of red flags so that nobody gets stuck, right? And then under the terms of the revised settlement, the holders of sundry membership interest will exchange all such interest for $7.5 million in cash, $1 million in equity valued at the issuance price, and $5.5 million in debt to the sellers. Okay, guys, so they're probably going to be issuing them for that $1 million in equity. They're probably going to be issuing them stock, right? So there's some dilution right there. Again, at $8 a share, is it really that much? No, another, 200,000 shares? No, not even. $8 was 1.2 something million, right? Off the top of my head. Sorry guys, it's late and I'm tired, but so it's not a whole lot. God, it's not even 1.25 million at $8. Whatever, guys, it's a small amount. Do the math with a calculator. Again, I apologize, I'm tired, but and again, it's just some dilution that you need to look at that's coming into this. Now, also, here's the 8K that shows us the stock split that they're doing. So they did do this properly. They did give the 10 days advance notice, and this one is another addendum, and they do give you a CUSIP number. Okay, so kudos to them. That is a positive. They're letting their shareholders know in advance like they're supposed to. So again, guys, red flags would be, will this run up before? That would be a good thing, right? Or will it run up after, or will it not run up at all? Well, if they have to dilute, and believe me, I'm sure whoever the market maker or whoever's shorting this stock is aware that, they're not meeting their market cap, and most likely it will turn into a issue where they dilute a lot of shares. Unless, again, that one little sentence that I highlighted comes into play. And if there's some other YouTubers, maybe that know about this company, I would suggest you reach out to them. Again, I'm doing this video as a courtesy to people that have asked me to. I do not have a personal stake in this stock or an interest in it at all. So therefore, I'm just giving you the basics and telling you why you need to be concerned. Okay. Do I think there's an opportunity to make money? 100% yes, but just know the red flags, and don't get caught holding this longer than you should. All right. If you are going to play this, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you make a killing. Thank you so much.